Your life, you're gonna own nothing. You own 3 things, okay? You own your fitness, you own your thoughts and emotions.
Uno, dos, el pecador representa de la cuna hasta la tumba. Se ha escapado el pecado de los milagros y me lleva bajo la corriente. Es suficiente macana para viejas calientes.
Alright, what's going on, guys? It's Alberto from the Glucose Network here, bringing you another fucking video, another day in...
It's Colorado, that's how they say it.
It's Colorado, it's Colorado, whatever, same fucking shit. If you don't know Alberto, I'm not going to do the introduction resume thing, look him up. So I posted on Instagram a few hours ago saying I'm going to do a Q&A, so all you cunts drop down the Q&A questions, and now we're going to hit them up. First question, what's Alberto's protocol for dealing with sciatica? What's your protocol?
Sciatica can be, it's a number of reasons. I have found that quite often it's kind of a tilted hip imbalance.
Okay.
A lot of things running near the sciatic nerve. So if you feel like one leg is shorter than the other, chances are you probably have shifted hips.
That's me.
So we're going to work on
I'm
that.
rotated.
So it's a combination of things being tight and then things being unstable and then some things being weak and then some things being overcompensating. So see a therapist. That's probably the shortcut. That's probably the best thing you can do and not ask me.
How do I do this thing?
So,
now I know your pattern. So you got no advice other than see a professional?
You got to see stuff like that. Yeah.
Bro. Body recomposition or get lean with macros, then slowly bulk and build muscle.
If you're a beginner or you're once in shape and you're making your comeback,
the comeback,
then you can recomp. But otherwise, you're going to have to just either you're going to be overeating, undereating. That's probably the best way to get, I guess, more extreme results, if you will.
Don't be like me and float. If you float, you get nowhere.
Just usually you backtrack slowly in one direction or the other.
Be one of these cunts like, oh my god, like you just do a show. Oh, I'm so lean. 5 months later, you're doing like, you know, oh, I love bulking. Like, I love feeling so big and strong. I love feeling so big and strong. Like, that was so unhealthy and shit. Oh, dude, you can build muscle without putting on weight. You can build muscle without putting on weight. No, you can't. Like,
beginner, you're making the comeback, or you're on steroids.
Okay, that's it. Like, you have to put on weight. Dudes are like, I want to tone. I'm like, dude, you're fucking the dumbest cunt I've ever met. What do you mean tone? People still ask me if they want to tone. There's like that machine where you do like the leg extensions, but the machine's like moving back and forth. A 40 grand machine. Set up a gym with the amount you paid for that machine and get motherfuckers in shape, other than this like moving, futuristic, from the moon, you know, machine. Hit this thing again.
More time.
Okay.
I want to basically put on muscle without gaining fat. That's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen. Exactly. This guy wants to put on muscle without gaining body weight. Bro, you can eat 500 grams protein, 300 grams protein, 200. It's not going to fucking work, cunt. Unless you're a beginner, you're fat as fuck, you're trying to lose weight, or you're having a comeback, you've been on a layoff. Linear periodization or DUP for intermediate weightlifters. I think it means powerlifters. How do you figure out what's best for your body?
Guess what? Here's the thing. You can run a DUP cycle and it can be linear. A lot of the bros are using DUP. Like, I know bros that they go heavy
and then medium and then light.
And then they're like, oh, I was going to go heavy today and I came in here and just it's not working out. I mean, I think you need to learn a bit more about this concept. I think you're probably overcomplicating it. People who ask that kind of question are usually missing the forest for the trees.
The progression's going up over time.
Over time, yeah. It's just the week undulates, which is, you can do that.
The weights are getting heavier as the meat's getting closer. Yeah, so it's the same shit. It's linear. I feel like every single program's linear. Otherwise, you're not going to get better.
When you step away, it should look linear. Maybe up close it doesn't, but when you step away, it should kind of do that.
But over time, the weights are going up as time goes on. What's your go-to for cardio for fat loss plateaus? Aside from long calories, if you're adding in some or more cardio, what's the approach? Be specific in protocol. Fuck. E.g., favorite machine or whatever, durations in. Be fucking specific.
Well, okay, so for myself, I don't like cardio. My goal's not to get good at cardio.
Yeah.
So I walk. It's easy. When I'm stuck, I just add more walking, but then there's a certain point where it's just not practical.
You don't want to be walking like 30 Ks a day just to eat more food.
Yeah, and that's one of those questions where it's like they're expecting a golden ticket answer when the truth is it's one of those things where maybe there's a certain portion of this one fat loss diet where initially it was easier to do more cardio, so I did more cardio. Not that I ever do cardio.
Yeah.
That or like in that instance, that was the best move. But then I got too busy, and I'm like, I just rather eat less. Yeah. So
it's all about a balance, eh?
It's about a balance, and it's about what is most like, just honestly realistic.
You don't want to be walking for 4 hours a day.
No.
Or getting up at 4, sacrificing sleep just so you can eat more, or just cunts do bizarre shit. They're like, oh, I'm gonna do this so I can eat more, but it's like at the end of the day, dude, you might be motivated to do that for like 5 months, but then after 5 months, you're gonna be like, dude, I can't be fucked moving more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like dudes try to move to, like, some guys like move more to just eat more, and then some people move more to be fit. You know what I mean? You got to think about what your goal is. If your goal is to be fit, then regardless of how much you're eating, you're gonna have to move to maintain and build your fitness. Okay, but if it's just for food, it's such fleeting motivation. Like, it's gonna come and go.
Yeah.
Because one day you're gonna be tired. You're like, I can't be fucked. What are you gonna do then? What are you gonna do then?
And that's the thing. And this is a Helms quote. You should have as little contrast between your gaining phase and your fat loss phase.
So you want to keep your fucking expenditure pretty consistent.
You just, like, you know, if you're like, when you're gaining, if you're doing like maybe 15 minutes of cardio after every weight training session.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be like an hour once you start doing your fat loss phase. Like,
No.
It should be they should have some commonalities.
Yeah. It depends what you're training for.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want to be a pro. You don't want to be spending more time walking per week than you are training weights.
Yeah.
Because then you're more of an aerobic athlete than an anaerobic athlete.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean.
Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense?
No. Yeah. Totally. I mean.
Like, you don't want to run more than you fucking. It'd be like trying to be a good bike rider, but lifting weights more than you ride a bike. Like, it's just counterintuitive. I know dudes who do 2 hours of walking a day just to eat more or whatever, but then if you add that up over the week, that's 12 hours of walking relative to like 5 hours of weight training. You tell me, bro.
And again, can you do that in the long run? Like,
well, some cunts are fucked. They will, but I'm definitely fucking not.
10 years from now, I can't see myself like
walking.
Telling my maybe if you're out there, future wife, like, I need to go walk for 2 hours, just take care of the kids.
No.
So.
I'd rather just walk to the supermarket and walk back because I don't have a car. That's like a fucking lifestyle choice versus like, hey, like, I've got a car, but I'm just going to walk like 4 hours a day just so I can eat like, what, like an extra 100 carbs. Feed days for someone not in contest prep or a normal caloric deficit. How would you fucking do it?
Well, I think, for example, like, some folks, maybe they like to indulge on a certain day of the weekend.
Okay.
So maybe they just transplant 100 calories from every day.
Okay.
And then they kind of just save it for the end of the week. And I think that's not a bad way of doing things. Some folks will actually kind of average out calories for the week.
Well, that's my thing. I think it's all average at the end of the day.
Yeah, and I think there's, so long as there isn't these huge like peaks and valleys, because that's gonna.
But there's no benefit to performance.
There's no benefit
unless you're super fucking lean.
Unless we're talking about a very lean person.
I know dudes who are like 20% body fat and have like 2 refeeds a week.
No, that's just.
What's the point? If you want to eat more food, eat more food. Don't find an excuse to justify your reason for eating more food, like doing a refeed. It's like, dude, what do you want to achieve? Let's be real. If you want to get shredded, you can't eat as much as you want and get shredded unless you ride a fucking bike or something.
No. And then you're gonna be small and shredded.
Okay, it depends what you're doing. Like, unless you like ride, because I know people who watch my channel. They're like, oh, ride a bike. Like, you can eat as much as you want to get lean, but it's like you have to put it in context. Like, you fucking burn like 3,000 calories a day riding a fucking bike. Like, yeah, eat as much as you fucking want and you'll be fine. Do you know what I mean? Like, you won't out-eat that for most people. There's dreamers out there who think that you can get fucking shredded and lift weights and eat as much as you fucking want, which is... Has anyone ever seen that?
Not outside of drug use.
The difference is, with training weights and with riding a bike, you don't want to eat less when you ride the bike because it's going to affect your performance. So you may as well fucking do more. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you may as well ride the bike more and get fit. That's why this high-carb culture in riding a bike or doing endurance sports is so fucking big. Like, stuffing your face is big because it's like, hey, like, you can't drive your car on less fuel and expect to drive more. Do you know what I mean? But you can eat as much as you want and ride more, and you're going to, the calories work itself out. So you will. But with weight training, it's like, you don't want to just do more for the sake of doing more.
No.
Like, it's not like riding a bike. Like, you can get pretty fit the more you ride the bike. I don't just want to sit in the gym and be like, you know what, like, I'm just going to do more to expend more.
Yeah,
it's like, no, you're getting stuck into a trap. Just being like, I'm just going to do more sets and more reps, and I'm just going to get so lean. It's like, no, dude. Sometimes you got to differentiate between like riding a bike or doing like an endurance sport and fucking lifting weights.
Yeah.
Because you know what I mean? People get to it. Because people in endurance sports will say, you don't have to restrict your calories to get lean. You don't have to do this. But it's like, that's a completely different world. You're not going to get fitter restricting your calories and get, like, you might get leaner, but your performance is going to suffer. But you could equally just get as lean if you just like ate food and if you focus on building your fitness, chances are your volume's going to go up. Chances are that means you're going to be expending more energy. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, yeah. And even for weight training, but don't chase after it.
The thing with riding a bike is you've got to eat enough, but to get more fit, a lot of the time your body weight goes down. Do you know what I mean? The thing with weight training is to increase your performance, natty, you have to put on fucking weight. So you got to eat fucking more. Do you know what I mean? So you're not going to get, chances are, if you're improving in the gym, you're not going to get fucking leaner. You're not.
No.
If you're like, in most circumstances, no, you're not going to get leaner if you're trying to improve in the gym. So it's like completely different fucking sides of the story.
I took up endurance training when I was 19.
Yeah.
Because I was so shitty bad at it.
Yeah.
And I remember, like, in order for me to get better, it's like, I just lost 5 pounds. Now I'm better than I was, like, a month ago. Every track season, I'd start in high school at 170, and I'd end up, like, running faster at 130.
How much power you can put out at the lowest body weight.
That's it.
All right, that's part 1 of the Q&A, part 2, part 3, part 3, part 4, part 5, part 10, whatever. Coming. Show them the push-out. Show them the push-out. Share with your mum, share with your sister, share with your boyfriend, share with your spouse. It's called Gay Marriage. I hope you do. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Shout out to my boy H. I'll see you on the fucking chill tomorrow. Peace!
Bootcamp Project, Cirrus, Jest, Tommy Evans, Bootcamp Anthem, waging war on the pretenders, I'll stop you in your tracks if you start with me. We rap so fat they clog your arteries. I'm so inventive with my artistry. I break ground like earthquakes and part the seas. Be a smart seas.
I said, empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water. Now you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow or it can crash. Be water, my friend.